Oh, what's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Yes, we are live once again because I have to do this stream because we got to quickly talk about the latest on Miami Dolphins star cornerback Xavien Howard, trade rumors, and his latest demands, okay? Latest demands. All right, so I'm not going to even waste your time. I'm going to dive right in, get straight to it. But if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. Let your friends and family members know about TD Fans Talk. We're continuing to grow, doing bigger and better things. We are on our road to 17,000 subscribers. We are so close. So subscribe if you're new. And I appreciate the love and support to all those who are already subscribed. But let's dive in. Trade rumors first is the first thing that I want to go ahead and talk about. We got to stop Miami Dolphins world, okay? That's what I'll call it, Miami Dolphins world. We got to stop, okay? All of these rumors, blah, blah, blah. First of all, 5 days ago, we entered into no man's land. This is the 4 weeks where you have zero news unless something crazy breaking happens, like a trade, like a blah, blah, blah. So you're going to hear all kind of reports. And I'm not trying to get on anyone. Don't come for me. I'm not trying to get on anyone specific, but I just call it how it is, talking about all the stuff floating around out here, okay? This is where people are seeking for, okay, it's a dead season. Dolphins community is kind of like, we don't have any Dolphin stuff. Let me give them something to, did you hear this? Did you hear that? Believe half of what you hear, okay? And another half of what you see. Listen, these trade rumors have gotten ridiculous, okay? Oh, the Cowboys have made an offer. Oh, the Eagles have made an offer. Oh, the Saints have made an offer, blah, 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 blah. First and foremost, if any offer has been made, that means it hasn't been accepted because the deal isn't done, okay? Second off, any deal that encompasses 2 first-round picks, y'all got to stop. Now, I'm not saying a team wouldn't be nuts enough to give 2 first-round picks, but that would be worse than the Laramie Tunsil deal by far. Well, Tunsil deal got more, TD. No. Let me help you understand how draft capital works, ladies and gentlemen. The one thing nobody wants to consider when they talk about draft capital is the number one factor. Age. Gosh, man, people can't even make fake stories make sense. Age is the number one factor when it comes to trades. I'm seeing these reports. Oh, the Dolphins at least want what, the Rams got from Jacksonville. What Jacksonville got from the Rams with Ramsey. 2 first-rounders and stuff. Do you know Ramsey was freaking 24 years old when he got traded? 24 years old. And thank you, delusional Patriots fan. You're right. It's not just age. It's age and injury. Those are the 2 biggest factors in a trade. Jalen Ramsey was 2 firsts and a 4th, and the man was 24 years old. 24 years old. Like, what are people talking about? Do you know how old Xavien Howard is? Do you know that in 5 days, Xavien Howard, yes, his birthday is on the 4th of July, by the way. Do you know that in 5 days, this man will be 28 years old? 28. He'll be 28. 2 first, and then on top, and also, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about Jalen Ramsey. The guy who has played at an elite level almost every single year without as many injuries. We're not talking about a guy who has 2 really good seasons, but then can't stay healthy on the field. We're talking about Jalen Ramsey. And that's not a knock on X. Superior talent. Arguably top 3. Arguably, right? The man will be 28 years old. And people around here, I had heard a rumor, or my source said 2 first rounders and an extra pick on top of that, is what's being offered. The deal would have already the deal would have already been done, man. The deal would have already been done had it been 2 first rounders. Like, come on. Come on. And I'm not saying that a team won't eventually, hey, we'll give you 2 firsts. That would be a bigger trade than the Tunsil one from a value standpoint, because Tunsil was still a kid. Tunsil was still sub 25. That would be insane. My bad, my son keep running in here. But listen, man, it's baffling to me. It's baffling to me. Give me some real reports. This team is willing to come off of a first and add a fifth, or they're giving a good price. That's really nice. There, go get it, Greer. Like, you see what I'm saying? But we gotta come on. Some of these rumors, I'm telling y'all reading them and bothering my inbox about TD. Did you hear about this? Did you hear about this? I don't know. I don't know about all that mess, man. But anyway, let's go to the latest demands. Then we got this other one. The latest demand for Xavien Howard is, if you don't want to make him the highest paid, he's demanding to at least be paid more than Byron Jones. Stop. One man ain't worrying about another man's money. You either going to the top or you're not. You either going to the top or you're not, man. Flores already said we're willing to actually, do something, but some things we're just not willing to do. And people need to stop. This man wants to be 18 plus million. I'm sure of it. It ain't about no Byron Jones. This ain't got nothing to do with, well, he at least want to be the highest paid on his team. No. What idiot agent's gonna be like, well, at least make pay more than that guy? No, you got a number. This is what he's worth. Make him one of the highest paid because he put up the highest paid numbers. You don't sit there, he at least wants to be paid more than Byron Jones. What sense does that make? That would make Xavien Howard look so ridiculous to name a player and say, at least pay me more than him. At least pay me more than him. That's like kindergarten jealousy. Well, he got 16 million. At least give me 16 million and $1. I did more than him. Come on, man. I can't, some of these things are unbearable for me. They're unbearable. Stop. The man has, him and his agent, that he wants to be one of the highest paid in the league, and he wants to be respected on a new deal like what's available out there right now, in that more than 16 million, y'all. You can't make this up, man. He at least wants to be paid more than Byron Jones. That's those people who were already mad that Byron made more than him coming in. That's them people who always say, oh, they should have never gave Byron all that money. So you mean to tell me, let me get this straight. You mean to tell me if the Miami Dolphins never brought in Byron Jones? Oh, no, better yet. You mean to tell me if the Miami Dolphins brought Byron Jones in and they pay him $10 million a year? Oh, the Miami Dolphins, free agency, they signed Byron Jones on a 5-year, $50 million deal, $25 million guaranteed. The annual is $10 million a year. Xavien Howard would have came to OTAs and minicamp and be like, at least I'm the highest paid on the team. Oh, he would have showed up then? Is that what y'all say? Is that what you're telling me? As long as he's making more than he's the highest paid on his team? Or would he still have wanting to up that contract to around 17, 18, or even more? That's why this stuff don't make no sense, y'all. It's exactly why it makes no sense. Because the logic that if you're using that logic, then that simply means if Byron Jones was getting paid $10 million a year right now, we wouldn't even be talking about X because he'd be under contract, he'd be fine with his 12, and life would have went on. Life is fine. We're going on. That's what everybody's saying. Stop. We got to stop this mess, okay? We got to stop this mess. If somebody comes out and give 2 first-rounders and a 4th or a 5th, like the Ramsey deal, oh man, I hit the floor. Oh my God, I hit the floor. It would, ladies and gentlemen, it would be 10 times worse than the Tunsil deal for whoever crazy, crazy incompetent team that would actually even consider that. And for me to be reading reports, there's an offer on the table for this right now. You know, they're just waiting on the details of this and that. Man, stop. You got a better chance of Xavien Howard getting a better contract from the Miami Dolphins on his birthday, July 4th. So you know what? I'm going to make a report. I just got a report from my brain, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all can go all around the internet and say, did you hear TD? His source is his brain. It said Xavien Howard, they're going to give him a new contract on July 4th on his birthday. Yep, it's going to be about $17 million a year. Go ahead and report that out there in the world. Everything else working, why not? Everything, this is it's amazing to me. It's amazing to me, man. So y'all look out for the 4th of July. Xavien Howard inking a massive deal with the Miami Dolphins, roughly around $17 million per year. All right. On his birthday. All right. It's gonna be a nice birthday gift. So y'all look out for that, okay? And go tell the whole Dolphin universe that TD said it. Go tell him TD said it, because it's a better chance of that happening than these reports that I'm out here hearing. So why not me take my shot at it? Oh, man. The truth hurts too is not that. Oh, Lord. Reason had a guest who reported Derek Barnett and the Indy pick for Howard from the Eagles. The Indy pick? Oh, that was, I mean, 1 first rounder? I'm with that. If Eagles want to give a first round pick, just 1, that's realistic. And a player, Barnett, that's interesting, but what's his salary? Miami will be taking on some cap, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if Greer is looking to do that. I'm not sure. But the first is appealing. See, that makes a little bit more sense. Not these 2 firsts and a 5th. And all this crazy stuff that's floating out here in articles and all kind of stuff, man. That's the worst trade I've ever heard. Pete, I'm just looking at the first round pick. I'm looking at the first. That would be nice. Okay. If I can get 1 first for X and escape a lot of that salary, that's a win to me. The man's going to be 28 years old. The man is about to be 28 years old. All right. 2 firsts is not crazy for an elite player. You think so, Pete? Let me ask you something, Pete. If Xavien Howard was 35, would 2 firsts be too much? If Xavien Howard was 35 years old, would two firsts be too much? Let me know. Pete said 28 and in his prime. Can't make this up. Do y'all know what the actual NFL prime window is for great players? Do you know what the prime window is? Do you know what a prime window is? Just curious if anybody understands what a prime window is. And just so you know, a prime window is literally 4 years. Everything above that is abnormal. It's rare. It's a 4-year window that starts at the age of 24 years old, or depending on when you came out of college. A lot of people like to say your prime starts in your 3rd or 4th year in the NFL. That's when it starts. And roughly that's around 24. Usually your prime is in the range. It could be a 4-year block where there's 24 to 28, 25 to 29, or 26 to 30. Depending on how long you've been in the league. That's typically your prime. So I would ask yourself, when did Xavien Howard start his prime? When did he start his prime? A lot of people can say when he had them 7 picks. How long ago was that? How long ago was that? Oh, Miles, I'm not disputing that he's in his prime. I am not disputing that X is in his prime. But what people don't understand about a prime is you have a peak of it. And what happens after a peak, ladies and gentlemen? A fall. That's what everybody wants to ignore, though. Nobody wants to talk about that. They just want to know you're in your prime and, hey, he's in it until he's not. Just don't worry about the fall. He could be a LeBron James and it just won't fall. Abnormal. And when you talk about big money and you talk about Super Bowls that are already hard enough to try to win, you don't take abnormal risks like that. You just don't. You don't. He did not just start his prime. Xavien Howard has been in his prime for 3 years now. The problem is he's been hurt 1.5 of them. Yes, some of your prime could be wasted due to injury. Why you think a lot of these great players, when they get injured, they come back and they done lost the step? Because some of them get injured at the top of their prime. Everybody's all cool with it until you give him the money and then he ain't the same no more. Until you give him the money and oh, there goes another injury. Until you give him the money. Did y'all not? Gosh, like Miami Dolphin fans, this is one team that always has an example that have already gone through it and we want to repeat it. Do I need to say Rashard Jones to y'all? Do I need to say Rashard Jones 1,000,000 times? We gave him a big deal at the peak of his prime. Like we are one organization that will go through it and forget we ever went through it and act like this person is different. Tell me I'm lying. Come on in the comment section. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. Rashard Jones should be all the evidence that you need. Oh, you forgot about him, huh? Because he was still on the roster for like 2 years, just sitting there getting $20 million a year. Like, I ain't saying nothing. Oh, I ain't forget about it. Giving this man, what we giving Rashard Jones like $20 million a year, something like that. I remember like 1 or 2 years, he had a cap hit of like $20 million sitting there on the bench. Oh, see, yep, he got that name G5, right? Y'all forgot about him, huh? Y'all forgot about him, huh? Y'all forgot about Rashard Jones. That big old deal, and he's sitting there on the bench just getting paid. Sitting there getting paid, man. But we don't care about precedent. We don't care about we've seen this before. We don't. It don't matter to us that we've seen this before. But we have an example, man. Let's make sense of it. Let's make sense of it. He earned it, a 5th round pick. Y'all see this stuff? If you talk about Rashard Jones saying he earned it, yeah, he earned the contract that he got, but look how it came back to bite us when we weren't even able to utilize him in it. Getting paid all that money, all that money. Either on the bench or in the secondary, gambling and taking chances. I remember when Adam Gates was here. Frank Gore was the running back. And I remember when we finally got him back on the field. Yeah, Rashard Jones, man. I'll never forget that Bears game. I'd never forget that Bears game. No, it wasn't the Bears. It was the Ravens. I'll never forget that Ravens game. I was there too. And I'll never forget, man, Rashard Jones was back there at the safety position, just scavenging. And I'm like, yeah, I like our formation right here based off of this offensive formation. Then I see Rashard Jones run to the line of scrimmage on the right side. I'm like, dang, the middle of the field is wide open and they got trips stacked on the right with only 2 defenders. What is this about? And Rashard Jones gambled on the blitz. And Lamar Jackson threw the ball in the middle of the field to a wide open guy 40 yards down the field, moonwalked into the end zone. And I said that was a blown defensive assignment. And I know that he wasn't supposed to go. And sure enough, they showed it on the Jumbotron. He over there getting yelled at. The man gambled on the play. I'll never forget that play because I was mad because Lamar Jackson after the game, they called me a running back, huh? Yeah, we were blowing coverages for you, you old bum. I'll never forget that. And from that moment, I was like, Rashard Jones is done, man. And then next thing you know, he got another injury or is aggravating him and blah, blah, blah. And he's sitting on the sideline, cap hit of $20 million. Hey, TD. So if you were Flo, what would you do in this situation? What, the Xavien Howard situation? Easy. I would say, hey, X, I got $16 million a year. You want to take it or leave it. I even redo a 5-year deal, $16 million a year. I'm going to guarantee about 3 years of it. You take it or leave it. No, I'm all right. All right, Greer, go ahead, get him out of here. Do what you get whatever you can. And if you can't get nothing respectable, then we'll go ahead and let him make his own decision. We'll take that we'll take that $12 million he's due and push it to next year if he don't play. They ain't got nothing to do with us. We're fine. That's what I would do. Because they'll eventually trade him anyway. Save the money then. Push it to next year. Have more cap space. That's what I would do. Anyway, man, I ain't going to belabor this, man. That's what I got on all this Xavien Howard stuff. I'm just waiting on the big news to come, see what the deal is. If Chris Greer robs somebody for 2 firsts, man, that is like unreal. But we'll see. Appreciate y'all tuning in, man. Later on today, I'm going to hit y'all with that Tom Brady one, man. I don't even know what that's about either. That's crazy. But I'll tell y'all what I think about that. See you soon. It's your boy TD. I am out. Peace.